Again, what's our division expression? What divided by what? Moch. How many have 3.5 divided by 2 and 5/6? Better be careful. This is something that you guys are having trouble with, is the order. What's getting divided up? The walls or the paint? What's getting divided up? The paint or the walls? The paint is. Since the paint's getting divided up, if this helps you, that's got to go first. And I realize that's going to change both your answer for B and C, so if you need to make the change. And I will tell you this, it's good that I bring this up because you're going to get your tests back today. And the question that at least, maybe even more than half the class got wrong was question 2, where you had to figure out what was being divided by what. A lot of kids are still getting that wrong. We may need to practice it in review sheets. This is representing your walls. If you could think about it this way, if you could model it, maybe this helps you. Here's a wall, here's a wall, here's a wall, and then you have a half a wall, okay? That's your walls, 3.5. And here's your paint, 2 5/6 gallons. So let's make believe that this is your paint. You're dividing this up into your walls. So it's 2 5/6 paint being divided up into 3.5 walls. Sometimes it helps to model it out so you know the order of things. So then, now when you do your think statement, it's going to be how many 3.5s in 2 5/6. This I kind of also want you to know. The answer, the quotient, based on the expression that we've written, is your fraction going to be greater than 1 or less than 1? Samantha, how do you know? You got it. You have a smaller number being divided by a bigger number. I'm going to run out of room, I think. A small number is being divided by a larger number. All right, no more modeling. We're going to go right to KCF. But I'm going to show you how to do something called cross-reducing, which makes it a lot easier if you can do it. Follow the steps I've outlined. It does help you. Start by writing the original problem, which was 2 5/6 divided by 3.5. Okay, ready? Change all mixed numbers to improper fractions. Notice, I'm still keeping it division. I've got to change to improper fractions before I do keep, change, flip. Don't try to do it all in one step. What does this become? Victoria? Very good. Okay, that's done. Check it off like a little checklist. Now we could do keep, change, flip. We keep this exactly the way we wrote it. We change division to what, everybody? Say it out loud. And the reciprocal of 7 over 2 becomes what when you flip it? Gabriella? Okay. Now here's something that's new. Look for opportunities to cross-reduce. And here's how it works. You're going to look at the numbers, the crisscross numbers I call them, lower left, upper left, lower right, and lower left to upper right. 17 and 7, is there any number that goes into both other than 17 or 7? No, right? There's no number that goes into both, right? This is where divisibility rules comes in handy. So you got to leave that alone. What about 2 and 6? Patrick, what number goes into both? 2 goes into both, right? Here's what I really want you guys to do, because I'm telling you, I've seen kids make mistakes with this. Hold up the two fingers in your hand. Everybody do that. And say to yourself, 2 goes into 2 how many times? 2 goes into 2 how many times? Once. You cross it out, you make it a 1. That same 2, Dave, goes into 6 how many times? Cross it out, make it a 3. You want to try to do that whenever you can. You won't always be able to do it. Sometimes you could do it on both sides. All 4 corners, you can do it. Now, what's great about that is when you now multiply across. 17 times 1 is, and 3 times 7 is, and I won't say always, but most of the time, if you cross-reduce here, you don't have to reduce the answer or simplify it. It'll automatically be in simplest form, and you're good to go. It makes it so much easier than having to do and have to worry about multiplying large numbers where you can make a mistake. And then we'll just write it out. The answer to our question is Carly will use 17 21s, 21sts of a gallon of paint per wall. Okay. Let's do one more together, and then I'll have you guys group up and practice. Okay, what should I do first? Sky. Okay, let's do that. What do you got? Oh, yeah, you're right. What did I do wrong? Did I reverse the pages? Okay, so what you guys have for number 1 is then 3/5 divided by 3 1/7, right? Yeah. This is correct? Yeah. Okay. 3/5 is going to stay as is. Keep division, and then what do you do with 3 1/7? Loki. Improper, right? What do you get when you do that? Yes? Yeah. Yes. Okay, Patrick, now what do you do? Correct. Very good. Do you see any opportunities to cross-reduce? Unfortunately, no. So now you just multiply across. What's 3 times 7? Jake. Jake again? 21. And then 5 times 22. Paigey. Simplest form, yes or no? Is there a number that goes in both? One more, because this one you can cross-reduce. I just want to make sure you know how to do it. 2 1/4 as an improper fraction. Santino, why don't you do this one?
9.
Correct. And since the second number it's already a fraction that we don't have to change to an improper fraction, if you want to now do the keep, change, and flip, you can. I'm okay with that. Can you cross-reduce? Which pair, the 9 and the 7 or the 4 and the 8? Abby? What number goes into both 4 and 8? Hold up the 4 fingers. 4 goes into 4 how many times? 4 goes into 8. And now you multiply across. 9 times 2? 1 times 7? Top heavy, yes or no?
No. Yes.
Improper, you got to change it back. What does it become? This is why we did that sprint today.
237. Yes. 8, 4.
This should be 4 7s. You're off by 1. Got it? Everything needs to be done in the book. So whatever doesn't get, except if you're not advanced, you'll skip over the advanced set. Everything else has to get done, including problem set. Whatever doesn't get done in class, finish it up over the weekend, because the more practice that you can do, the better you'll be off for Tuesday's quiz, which will be the last quiz of the year. Get it? Last quiz of the year. Have a nice day.